Hi, I'm Gordon C, and today I am playing Sir, You Are Being Hunted. This is a game from a few years ago. It was kickstarted, and I actually got it in the Kickstarter, but never actually got around to playing it until just recently. Another curse to the backlog, and it's quite interesting. Let's go into it. And we'll go on to my saved game. Continue. So you can have multiple games running, and I'll talk a bit later about why you'd want to do that. It's very much a well, I was about to say a first-person shooter, but there's not so much shooting in it. I'll explain the basic idea. Is that you seem to be some sort of Victorian era tinkerer, inventor. But your experiment has gone wrong, and now you're trapped on these islands. I'll just have a quick scan around. You're trapped on these islands, and you've got to collect pieces of machinery and put them here. And when you've collected enough, presumably you get home. I don't know, because I've never managed to actually get home. And you see, I don't know if you can see in the distance, that little blue thing, the little green bit underneath it. Those generally show you where you are. Ooh. And there you can see over there, there's the bad guys. And let me use my binoculars. There you can see in the binoculars that, well, maybe not, maybe not very well, but they are actually, oh, you can probably see there, they're actually robots. You're being hunted by robots in tweed jackets, like old country Englishmen on a hunt. And I'm going to try not to get killed by them. If they see you, it's quite a hard game, I have to say. I've been playing several hours, and I generally haven't done very well. I haven't really got off the first island. But you can follow these things around, and they'll take you. They'll take you to where these things are. Now I happen to know where one is, so I'm going to try and get it. But to get it, oh, you can see. And so it's a kind of a, you can see there's one over there. It's like an early survival game really, and you can loot local areas as well. So let's get rid of this because I want that gun. And you can hear there's one nearby me.
A weapon? Do be careful with that. I really think violence is best left to the experts.
We'll put that in 4, and we'll put the empty bottle in 5. Now also you can hear that there's someone around. Yeah, so it's like an early survival game. You can see down the left you have health. I haven't been hit yet. Just crouch down a bit. And also vitality, so you've got to go and find food. You start with pretty much nothing. I think I started with some rags. You can play various different characters. You can play various different characters, which start with various things. I started with the one which starts with nothing. But I've actually got some food, so why don't we just take some food? I thought I had some food. I've got some game, but to eat this game, you have to cook it first, which means you have to find, a fire, and the fire is easy to see from a distance. So various trade-offs. I haven't seen that or heard that robot for a while, so I think I might be safe. I think he was going around there. Let's just run over here into this field. Yeah, and birds. Set off from birds. If you do that, then the robots can home in on the birds, and similarly you can know where the robots are. And there's various things. There's a balloon around as well. I love the graphics and the setting of this game. I have to say it's sort of very evocative of sort of slightly disturbing English countryside. which, having spent some time in Britain, is entirely possible. The fog and the now I've got to try and remember where I am. I've got a map. I picked up a map. Okay. The fog and the darkness and it's like perpetual autumn in this game. And the map is procedurally generated. When you saw at the start, you can have up to 5 different maps. And after you finish one island, there's 4 more islands to do, and they can all look slightly different. I think this one is I just say a standard island, but the others could be mountain islands or industrial islands and other things like that. Now I know around here somewhere is one of the pieces I need. What we should look for is a little smoke. Because the smoke... there's a blue thing. Now the problem is that smoke and things like that attract the robots. Oh, there it is. Can you see there? There's the smoke, and it looks like there's a robot right next to it. Maybe another one, maybe 2 robots. So it's over there. So let's see if I can go and get it. It's getting dark. I've got a couple of bottles to use as distraction. What's that? Oh yes, I've seen this a few times. I don't really know what it is yet. I'm guessing it's not good. It looks vaguely robotic. But yeah, there is this sort of general sense of dread, and it's obviously that's what it's trying to aim for, and it succeeds quite well. Partially because it's so hard. As I said, you're very easily killed. You're gravely outnumbered. You don't start with any weapons. You have to go find all these things. See, there it is there. Don't want to get too close. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of this. There's water in there. So there's going to be a little way out there. It's on a little promontory. Yeah, so, and the islands are procedurally generated, so they're different each time, but you can save, and I have to save an awful lot. Have I gone too far? I think I've... How do I get out onto that promontory? Here we go. I might need to wait for it. It's getting dark, so I might need to wait for it to get a bit darker before I try and go and get it. That's what that little smoke will be. And you can see there's tons of the little blue things flying around. So while we're waiting for it to get dark, talk a bit more about the game. I guess that's a big part of it. It is a sort of very stealthy game, or at least the way I've been playing it, because you're very easily damaged. Your health goes down. A couple of shots will end your health. So you're very... And and there's a lot of these robots around. And as I said, there's a balloon, and apparently there's dogs as well, but I haven't seen them. So there's various enemies, and you're very easily going to end up dead. So there was a bit of stealth. It reminded me a little bit the way I had to force myself to play. You can't sort of go around and run around and shoot. You have to sort of sneak around. It reminds me a little bit of Thief, if that game from over 20 years ago now. And also, I guess, it's an earlier survival game because of the way that you have to survive against these robots. So it's not so much other players. There is a multiplayer, though I haven't dared try playing that. There is a multiplayer mode, but most of the time your enemy are these robots, and that's more than enough. They keep you going. And as I said, I find it incredibly hard. I'm hoping it's going to get darker soon. The sun must be about to go down. Moon's up. Maybe it is dark enough for me to creep up on them. Crouch down. Okay, so I've got a couple of bottles to act as distraction, and then 4 for the gun. Let's see if I can do this thing. Keep my visibility low. You can see visibility right down there. Right at the moment, that's 0. And as I move along, it increases a little bit. Some sort of sneaking forward. They shouldn't be able to see me very well. And I get my bottle ready. And they go running towards the bottle. Oh, that's it. And I'm dead again. It just happens all too often. I ran out of bullets. I am really, really not very good at this game. And see, here's the instructions on how to cook. Fire plus matches plus game. And you can save reasonably regularly. Well, you can save, but only at certain places. You can only save at the standing stones in the center of the island. And I'm not going to show you through it again. I seem to be very, very bad at this game, so I get so little into it. It's a bit hard for me to say, other than I really like the idea of it. I like the setting. I like the procedural generation. But I just find it so incredibly hard. I cannot get into it. I cannot get into it in any way. I just die so quickly and so often. It's where was? I've got to try and remember where that gun was. I think it was over here. I'll try and go getting the gun again. Or was it over here? Hopeless. I can't remember where the gun was. Yeah, so that's it's not over there. Maybe it's over here. This village over here. So that's Sir, You're Being Hunted. A great idea. A lovely made game. The controls are smooth. It all works very nicely. It is just so insanely hard. I can't really get going on it. I think this is where it was. Anyway, so that's it. Maybe people who have better reactions and are more accurate and don't mind stealthing around for long periods of time will be much better at this game than me. There's the balloon. That's so cool. And there's its searchlight. I think that's very cool. But anyway, for now, that's it. Thank you for watching, and bye.